Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. We got a great question on the blog, which it's something that I think it's a two-parter.
Oh,
so the question is, I've seen a lot on Publishers Weekly about deal announcements with preempt, auction, exclusive. What do those terms mean?
Oh,
so
that is a good question.
Yeah, so we're going to do a two-parter.
Are we going to put that in our contract playlist? Is that part
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So it's a two-parter. We're going to explain what those terms mean, and we're also going to explain why you shouldn't worry about them when you're writing, because I think it's important.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right?
I like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So let's explain them first. A preempt.
Yes.
Do you want to explain them, or do you want me to explain them? Okay. A preempt is an offer made by a What?
I'm listening.
A preempt is an offer made by a publisher that basically wants you to take all the other submissions and offers off the table.
Yeah, so if a publisher really wants a book,
yes,
they might make they will make an offer.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, you want something, and if they get a sense that other publishers might be interested, they may call and say, "We want to preempt this," which means, how much money would it take for you to accept our offer?
And not just money, also the royalties, the rights, all the other terms,
correct.
Just to be clear.
Yes, correct. We might use the term money, but the truth is there's a lot that goes into consideration, including the publisher's vision of the book.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Stuff. Yes.
So they may call back and say, what would it take to take this off the table, sell it to us, and be done? And that would be a preempt.
That's a preempt.
Yeah, when you don't... Yeah.
Yeah, so there's also an auction. And an auction is if the publisher doesn't preempt and they offer, and then a bunch of others offer, or maybe one other offers.
Usually more than one other. Usually at least three.
Yeah. An auction situation is when we're just kind of going back and forth with publishers, and the book deal keeps going up and up and up until you finally settle, and that's your winner of the auction.
It's like all the publishers sitting with their paddles.
Right. Exactly. Except everything's done via email, and we're like this the whole time.
Usually it involves us eating a lot of chocolate, doing a lot of pacing, and excitedness.
Precisely.
Yes. So yes, at the end of the auction, you're considering not just the money, the advance, but also usually the rights that are involved, because all of that is part of the money. Right.
The rights, the royalties, the marketing, and the vision.
Yep.
All of that comes into play.
Yep.
The last one is an exclusive submission.
Yes.
So that's a trickier one to explain because there's so many different reasons why there might be an exclusive submission.
Yes.
I mean, technically an option is considered exclusive submission.
But ultimately it means that you are giving only one publisher a short period of time to review the book before you'll send it out to other publishers. So they know that perhaps for 2 weeks, they're the only publisher reviewing the material.
Yes.
And there, like you said, there's a lot of reasons you might do an exclusive. An option might be one. It could be that the publisher came to you with the idea. Yeah. It could be that the publisher gave you some feedback on the idea that really changed it in a wonderful way, and sort of they deserve the chance to have an exclusive. Yeah. It might also be that you really have a very specific personal, financial, there's some thoughts you have about why this particular publisher is just the right one for the book. So there are a variety of reasons for an exclusive, but there should always be a limited time of how long the exclusive lasts, so that the publisher can't sit on your book for a year on exclusive.
Right. So those are the three most common. If we're missing any, put them in the comments. Let us know.
Please.
But I also want to talk about why unless you are on submission with an agent, why you shouldn't worry about them. Yeah. Because everybody, I don't care who you are, every writer dreams of like the big auction that goes for 6 figures. And yeah, of course.
7 figures.
7 figures. 8. Yeah, better.
Can you
just
imagine?
Keep going. I don't know. The Obamas did that, didn't they? Something like that?
It was 7.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so every author dreams of that. But I think it's better to save that for a later date, focus on your book, and not let those expectations sort of hinder you.
Yeah, and also don't be disappointed if this doesn't happen, because while these will show up in deals, the truth is there are a lot of deals, and most deals, where these things may not happen.
Right.
And they may just not get posted, which is something we're going to discuss in another video.
Yes.
But, a sale is a sale, and it's a wonderful thing when you sell that book, and you should not let that be devalued because you didn't get an auction or a
Yes.
preempt or an exclusive. These are unique things that happen, but they also don't necessarily mean that these people always made the biggest money.
Right, and it does, exactly. There can be a 5-figure auction, a 4-figure, it could be.
I've had plenty of auctions that have sold for a lot less than maybe a time when only one publisher came in and offered.
But also, in a way, these terms are meant for people in the industry.
Yeah.
It's for rights people, people that are working in foreign rights, all subsidiary rights, which we've talked about. But in a way, that's the jargon for us to use. And I think that when authors get them in their head, it gets, because I get them in my head, it gets a little, it just feels like elite, and you just, like, am I going to get there? Is my book going to sell for that? You get caught up on it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't, because there are a lot of great books.
Right.
A lot of your favorites that never sold in any of these situations.
And just because they go at auction or preempt doesn't mean that they're New York Times bestsellers when they publish.
No, that's very true. That's very true.
I think that keeping a healthy relationship with those terms, and when you're comparing yourself, that whole comparison complex, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But
now you know.
Yeah, but now you know.
But yes, if there are terms we missed, comments below.
For sure.
And subscribe, because we will definitely be talking about more publishing terms.
Yes. Happy writing.